Backrooms is finally out, and viewers are divided. They love it, or they hate it, or they're right down the middle. And it's all thanks to Kane Parsons, one of the youngest directors to ever work with A24. A 20-year-old YouTuber has come out with one of the most controversial films. And in this video, I'm going to go over what I loved about it, what didn't land for me, and, just my thoughts on the film. Yeah, let's just dive right into it. So I gotta be honest, I have not seen a single Backrooms YouTube video. And listen, I'm okay with that because I went into this film just on the trailer and I was sold. I'm here for liminal spaces, and the concept behind it sounded so intriguing. It reminded me of As Above, So Below, and also House of Leaves. And so I was sold for this film. The fact that Kane Parsons is a 20-year-old director also kind of convinced me that I had to go check this out because, like, what the hell? What are we doing here? And after Obsession and Curry Barker, I had high hopes that this film was gonna hit all the marks, Now the thing is, I don't think it really did that for me, and I'm sure some of you love this film, and I'm sure some of you think, dude, you're an idiot, you don't understand the movie. And I think that's kind of like a cheap shot. It's a very controversial film, and I think the frustrating part is that there's just two camps right now. It's like you love it or you hate it, and if you love it, whatever, you understand all film, right? But if you hate it, you're an idiot. And I think that's kind of like, you can't just say that really, because like, I understood the film, it just didn't really land with me. A few things I didn't love about it was the pacing, right? So you meet Clark, our main protagonist, and he's going to therapy sessions, and his therapist Mary, we're learning things about him, and again, it takes a while for us to get to the back rooms, right? So he works at a furniture store, he lives out of one, and strange things are happening. He's hiring an electrician to help him figure out why the lights in his stores are going in and out, and obviously we know at this point it has to do with the back rooms, right? So we're expecting to go into this, and in my opinion, I thought he was going to get a couple of people, his therapist or whatever, and they were going to go into the back rooms and kind of explore and get lost, right? And when I pictured that, I pictured something similar to As Above, So Below, where they go into the catacombs, they get lost, things get really strange, and so on and so forth. That didn't really happen in this movie, right? So it kind of did and it didn't, right? So Clark goes and hires his co-workers, I believe Kat and her boyfriend, and they go into the back rooms and things get really strange. And I'm finally here for it, right? We're excited. We're watching it through a VHS camera. It's the vibes, everything's perfect, it's visually stunning. And you're going through this film, and then halfway through, when something happens to Clark, the film cuts out and you're back with Mary in the outside world. Now, I think that's something that really didn't vibe with me because I felt like the pacing gets reset and you're redoing everything again, but now through the eyes of Mary, right? And I thought that was like, all right, cool, but are we really going to do all this again? Yeah. We're going to go through the parking lot, through the furniture store. We're going to have her discover the wall. And it was just like, at this point, can we just get back to the rooms? That's the most interesting part of this movie right now. And I just couldn't care less about their relationship, to be honest. I just wanted them to get lost in the back rooms, right? Because that's what I was expecting. But no, we get into the back rooms with Mary, and she finally finds Clark, who was lost for a while. And you think, oh no, crazy shit's going to go down. Or crazy stuff is gonna go down pretty much. But no, they just have a discussion and the movie just slows down again. And I just felt like at this point, this just isn't what I expected. Something similar that bothered me was that they're having a whole discussion that they kind of also had in the real world. And I get that it's just kind of like reiterating what the Backrooms does, which is make like copies of certain things and kind of distort them. And I understand that, but I just didn't really care for this. And I was like, can we just explore the backrooms? And I feel like the more we discovered what was happening in the backrooms, what the scary things were in the backrooms, it just kind of like kept shedding light on how not scary or interesting it was. It was just kind of like, all right, we're really gonna go through this. Don't get me wrong, there's some beautiful visuals in this film, some beautiful rooms that I think is just insane that this kid created on Blender and they brought into the real world, right? So in that aspect, the film lands, right? That's the stuff I do like. I like the visuals, I like how creative the rooms get, and I thought we were just gonna be more involved with that and just be lost. I thought we were gonna feel like a sense of dread, like we're never gonna escape the back rooms, and by the end, maybe we do, maybe we don't. But it's just kind of one of those things where like I feel like the pacing is what throws everything off, and then like the more they revealed, the less interesting it became, and I felt like people were just kind of left questioning like whether or not this movie was good or not. And so like obviously that's the controversial discussion right now on the internet, so if you go on there you'll find people loving it, hating it, defending it, and it's just honestly good for Kane Parsons really, because like he's just created a movie that has everyone talking. It's just exciting to see young directors come out of the gate with some crazy stuff and know that we have some bright films and futures ahead of them. And for us, it's really a win-win, really. So if you haven't seen it, definitely go check it out. I'm not gonna go into it any more than that. Just know that, like, I don't know, you might like it, you might hate it. I don't know. You'll have to find out on your own and go into the Backrooms. So yeah, definitely go check it out. If you haven't liked this channel, like and subscribe, obviously, this video, because I definitely want to keep building more upon this video and this channel and just kind of keep pumping out more videos like this. I want to discuss movies and everything and just kind of throw my thoughts out there into the world. So, you know, all right, and that's it. Go check out the Backrooms. All right, see ya.